Hello, my name is Karupasamy, and I'm going to be doing my database sixth experiment. The experiment is about functions and procedures. Basically, both of them are the same, but procedures they don't return any value, but functions they return value. So that's the difference between them. The first question is write a PLSQL procedure that will accept the product ID from the user, check if the product is supplied by the supplier, and display the status. So what it does is it gets a ID product ID and then it checks if the product is delivered or not. So the general syntax for creating a procedure is create or replace procedure, the procedure's name, and then the parameter list is the declaration statement. So we're declaring ID begin, and then this is the executable statements. Select product ID into ID from supplier where product ID is equal to n. So we're checking which product ID is equal to the product ID that we've given in, and then if the product is delivered, so it will be there in the table. If it's delivered, we print it as delivered, and if the data is not found, we print it as not delivered. Um, so so this will be giving declare number begin, and we're giving prod num. So num is the value we'll be giving, and prod is a procedure that we just created. So the num goes there, and the things are executed, and then it finally prints delivered. So the value that we entered is 1001. So just so that I've given the 100 which wasn't delivered. So the next question is write a procedure to calculate total price for the product that has been supplied and pass a supplier's ID as the argument. So we're going to calculate the total price for the product that has been supplied by a supplier. So we'll be using the supplier's ID as a parameter. So the total price is the procedure's name, and the input is supplier, and the output that the procedure is going to give is price, and it's of the data type num. Um, so select sum of price. So the sum of price adds all the price together, and it puts it into the price variable from the order quantity table, and where the product ID is equal to the product ID in the supplier table. So what it does is it compares the product ID in the order quantity table and the suppliers table, and then it adds everything together, and then it prints it. So here we are calling the procedure. So we're giving 1 comma p. 1 is the supplier's ID, and p is the price, and we get the result as 15,000. The next one is write a procedure raise quantity, which increases the quantity of the ordered product. So what it does is it increases the quantity of the ordered product that is ordered by a number that we give. So first, this is the order quantity table. So I've used select star from order quantity, which displays the entire table. And then we are creating the procedure right here. It's called raise quantity, and we're giving ID and quantity as the input, and the output is quantity old. So we're selecting the order quantity, and we're giving it to the quantity old variable from the order quantity table, where order ID is equal to the ID that we're giving, and we're updating the order quantity table, and we're setting the order quantity as the old order quantity plus the quantity that we're given. So this is the SQL here. So we are raising the quantity of the product ID, and the amount by which we are going to raise it is QTY, and the result be in Q. So the value of the product is 103. The value of the quantity that we have to increase is 6. Um, so it increases the quantity. So let's check it out here. So 103, 4001 is the product ID, and ordered quantity is 20. And here it's 14, so it increases by 6. So the next one is write a PLSQL function status to return value supplied. If the product ID passed to it is available to the supply table, else will return not supplied. So we are checking if a product is supplied or not. So status is the product's name, and ID is the parameter that we're giving, and it returns back to variable. I mean just a string actually. select product ID into P from supplier where the product ID is equal to the ID that we're giving here. And if the product is available in the supply table, it will be we return supplied, otherwise we return not supplied. So the SQL we're giving a select distinct. We're using distinct because we don't have to consider all the multiple data or duplicate data. We just need to display just one. So the status of 4000. So the 4000 is the ID that we're passing on, and the status is it's supply. And for 100 it's not supply. The first one is write a PLSQL function to return the product name when product ID is passed as an argument. So what happens is we're returning a product name when the product ID is passed. So we're getting the product ID as the input and we're returning the product name as the output. So the query is select procedure description into pname. So the procedure description goes into the pname variable from the product table where product ID is equal to the ID that we're giving here. So similarly, we're giving the distinct function in the state is 1001. So 1001 is the product ID, and we're checking sales, and the product seems to be the manager's desk. Write a PLSQL function to return the maximum quantity ordered by the customer. The maximum quantity ordered by the customer, we're just going to use a max function. So similarly, this is a function, so it returns a number variable. I mean the number variable, and max of which is a number, and we're putting it into the variable that we just declared from the order quantity table, and select distinct max order as so the maximum order is checked here. The maximum order is 20. So thank you so much.